Welcome back. Welcome back. I want to come on here and talk about something I know I've struggled with. It took me so long to come up with the thought of really pushing myself to do this channel, right? And it is the fear of failure. You have some people that hide it very well, and you have those who it is debilitating. Okay. Fear of failure can derive from family history, past experiences, just a overall learned behavior for whatever reason. And so when you have the fear of failure, it kind of put this ingrained fear that you are talking to yourself in a negative way. You let your mindset think negatively about what things you can achieve, whether that's career or relationships. Okay. So you may feel as though you are not worthy of doing better. Okay. So that's that fear of failure, kind of geared towards maybe being a self-esteem issue, maybe confidence, but if I say, would it be something that is deep rooted in my past or learned behavior? I don't know. I don't know where exactly. Maybe it's learned, but I can't really pinpoint where that's come from. So I mean, so with me making these videos and different topics, I'm trying to learn, just like I'm hoping that somebody watches this and they pick up on some tip or something they didn't realize about themselves. I'm hoping that even if no one watches it, it's a aid for myself. So it's not a lose-lose. It's a win-win. So, and a lot of times when you look at fear of failing, you're trying to be perfect, and there's never a perfect situation, and you have to change your mindset. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to have a growth mindset. I'm trying to look at things differently. And up to this point, I've had views on my videos, but not that many. And honestly, it's not even discouraging to me. It's like, for me, if one person watches it, I'm looking like, okay, when can I see consistently 5 people are watching it, and I know even you have larger YouTubers that sometimes they don't hit their numbers either. So we all have to start somewhere. So it's a learning experience, and I'm really just trying to just do the best job I can do in what I know right now. Every day I'm learning something. So, and it does make me feel like I should have done this some time ago, and maybe if I would have done it some time ago, I would have been further along, but I can't do anything about that. So, there's nothing I can do about that. So when I actually did my first video, I want to say I attempted to record the video 4 times, no lie. And then the 4th time, I just went with it, and that's what it's going to be. So that was my goal. Like, I just wanted to get started. Every time that I make a video, you probably can notice maybe little things from the very beginning. When I made my first video, I'm just like, and then I look and I see that my angle of the direction of how I'm recording with my phone was different. So then I looked into that to kind of figure out what do I need to do to have my, I think it's 9:16 or 16:9. I don't know, which YouTube records the lengthwise for the video. Once I learned that, okay, now I'm doing it the correct way. So I'm not looking at those other videos as like they're a failure. They're literally like a learning tool, right? So for me, that knowledge can't be taken away from me, and this is where I'm at. So at this point now, as one thing they say, when you have a fear of failure, you want to set little goals. The little goals that you want to set for yourself kind of cures some of that anxiety towards the fear to fail. Okay. So my goal at this point is my first goal was to just kind of get started. And then, moving forward is just kind of being consistent. And really the consistency really comes with, what do I talk about? Even like the whole niche thing, I didn't want to be confined to a certain niche. I've seen things where people say you have to have a niche, and I've seen things where people, say kind of don't close yourself into a box, right? So I've decided not to confine myself into a box. There's different things I would like to talk about along the way, and I don't want to be stuck on just this one thing. And maybe down the road it will be that, but there's a variety of things that I'm interested in, and I just feel as though whoever has interest in that topic will I'll see the numbers and go from there. But so at this point now, I'm every day I'm trying to get a little bit better, and I feel like I still have a long ways to go, but I'm learning. So I feel like that was a fear that I kind of surpassed, and I'm proud of myself that I started. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now with that. Whatever you're trying to overcome, right? When we say fear, let's talk about the fear. When you're trying to overcome the fear, even procrastination. I know for a fact I'm a procrastinator. Even for the procrastination, that's something that I've been working on. And I think with me, the procrastination, I think that's what it is. I think procrastination for me is how my failure to fear shows. Because I feel like I've always been a procrastinator, but I feel like that's, before you know it, I've procrastinated so that now I'm in a bind to get it done. But that's something that I did read. Procrastination is part of fearing to fail. So I don't know where that came from, but so you set goals, small goals. You have positive talk, self-talk, okay? And you really just try to figure out where did that fear come from? Where is it where within you? Why did that develop? And some people may need the fear is so, how can I say, the fear is so intense that they actually may need therapy. And if you need therapy, you need therapy. So I'm broke, so I don't have money for therapy right now, but I can use that money somewhere else. So I shouldn't say broke, but I choose not to allocate any money to therapy at this time. And I'm sure there's some programs that could probably give free therapy, but that's not something that I feel like, if I'm going to need therapy, it's going to be for something else, not for fear because I don't feel like it's affecting my life. I mean, I have a job. I feel like I'm motivated when I really feel like I feel confident in something. But this YouTube thing is so many moving parts, is so much to go with it that it is overwhelming. And all I can do right now is take take it day by day by day, and every day I'm working on it. And even though I may not post, if I didn't post, doesn't mean I'm not working on it. So I'm learning as I go. And so that's kind of where I'm at. So that is one thing that I am doing research for this to make sure I convey the correct points about procrastination. I mean, fear of failure is that I did not realize procrastination was a coping mechanism for fear of failure. Got tongue tied. Fear of failure. I didn't recognize that. But now that I have put myself on point, that's something that I will even more so work on, because I'm very bad with fear. I'm very bad with procrastination. And that's even, it starts in the morning time, get out of bed. I procrastinate to get out the bed. Whereas, some people, that alarm clock goes off and they're up. Me, I'm snoozing, I'm hitting, I've overslept. So that's something that I didn't realize till today when I was really looking into this, because I've heard, a lot of times people don't succeed because they're in fear of succeeding. Whatever that means, fear of failure to succeed. So, and I think that's because you feel like everything should be perfect, and it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be bumps in the road. And you've heard of people who, were living out their car, and then all of a sudden one person believed in whatever they were selling, and they are doing good now. One person that comes to my mind right off is Tyler Perry. You've heard his story. Was it Jeff Bezos? Heard his story. So you have people, they probably didn't have fear of failure, but they probably didn't have fear of failure, but I'm sure at times they didn't think that this was going to work. Maybe they believed themselves, but other people didn't, believe in them. But procrastination is very, very, that one's, if anything, I didn't know that it could manifest, the fear of failure could manifest by procrastination. So that's something I'm going to work on. So other than that, that's something that I wanted to bring to light, even for myself. And so I'm most definitely an avoider and a procrastinator. Two coping mechanisms for fear to fail. Definitely. I don't know if that was a learned behavior or something from my background. I don't think so. I don't think it was just maybe something I learned, but I don't know where I would have learned that and why, but definitely something I need to work on. I vow to work on it for myself. It's nothing I have to prove to anybody, but that's something I plan on working on. And this YouTube channel is evidence of me working on trying to get over that hump of, recording and actually uploading and not knowing who's going to watch this, and also I think another reason why I delayed putting together a YouTube channel is the fear of what someone's going to think that may personally know me, right? Like their criticism. And at this point, I don't care. I don't care who sees it, but I think that was the thing too. I don't want anybody to somebody I know come across this and like, oh, now they're all in my mix kind of thing. I don't want that. But, even personally, I'm a I'm a pretty open person, so I think it's just knowing like you're just putting yourself out there. So, but it's all good. And other than that, I think I have conveyed what I wanted to convey, and this is probably not going to be the last time I speak about this because it's very interesting to me. I think you have a lot of people that are dealing with such a fear that they're not confident and they don't have any support to kind of help push them. So, I mean, sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader. And although I have people around me that support me, so that's not an issue. It was just me, I guess, being fearful that, I'm not going to be able to do this and people actually watch. So, I mean, I've had a couple people watch my videos that I've put up. So that's enough for me for now. Like, I want things to happen when they're going to happen, how they're supposed to happen, and I want it to be organic. So until next time, I will be back. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye.